In the northern Gaza Strip, the Israelis launched regular strikes on the capital of the Palestinian enclave. The strikes hit various parts of the city, resulting in daily casualties. At the same time, Israeli forces called on the residents of the Al-Judaidah area to evacuate. However, the expected IDF offensive never materialized. It was limited to an airstrike. The fighting in Gaza's largest satellite city, Jabalia, also continued unabated. In the usual manner, the Israelis blew up buildings and arrested anyone suspected of having links to Hamas. One IDF operation took place northwest of the city near the Ani al-Harthani school, where refugees were sheltering. The Israelis removed everyone there, detained the men, and took them to an unknown destination. In the central part of the enclave, the Israelis launched strikes on Nuseirat and Bureij in the usual manner. The militants of Hamas's military wing, the Izz al-Din al-Qassam, shelled the Netzarim corridor. In the south of the Gaza Strip, Khan Yunis and Rafah came under fire from Israeli aviation. And in coastal al-Mawasi, tent camps were damaged due to high tide and gusty winds. In the West Bank, Israeli security forces again carried out a series of detentions. A total of about 100 local residents accused of links to Hamas were arrested in the region during the week. One of the raids took place on the campus of Birzeit University. There, 3 students were detained for participating in a sit-in response to increased arrests. In southern Lebanon, the Israelis launched massive strikes on Beirut earlier in the week. The airstrikes destroyed more than 20 buildings in the city in one day alone. In response, Lebanon's Hezbollah militants launched strikes on northern and central Israel. One of the strikes hit Nahariya, where a shell fragment injured a cab driver. As of Wednesday, a ceasefire agreement came into effect on the Lebanese-Israeli border. The IDF withdrew units from some localities in the western and northeastern sectors. At the same time, refugees began to return en masse to southern Lebanon. However, their attempts to enter Israeli-controlled territory were thwarted by the opening of fire. Hezbollah members also held rallies in major Lebanese cities. They drove cars through the streets, waving flags and showing support for the group.